Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Ed Honcho, and this is a South Sports special. You already know what it is. South Sports. That's talking H-Town, baby. We talking about Clutch City, Crush City. We talking about the Bulls on Parade. We talking about Splash Town, H-Town, Hustle Town, whatever you call it, Houston. However you want to get down with the city, with H-Town and the H-Town Sports. This is where you come. This is your home for the Houston Homer, your Houston homeboy, Ed Honcho, the real Ed Honcho. Fuck with me on Twitter and Instagram. More so on Twitter. I've been fucking with the Instagram a little bit, but I more so do it on Twitter. So, I'm about trolling and doing my thing tonight, of course. But it might not be as fun. It was much easier last series to do that shit against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, if you're not familiar with South Sports, if you're not familiar with Ed Hunter, if you're not familiar with my channels, then you already know, man, this is a 420 friendly situation. So if you ain't pre-roll, you out of control. Get your shit together. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about what's in my head. What we're going to do today is a little bit something different. I'm going to explain to y'all why I don't like the national media, because the national media really does not take the time to get to know what's going on in Houston. There's no way that you can when you're so busy covering every team from every city, and a lot of these guys try to cover every sport. So there's no way that they really have a genuine knowledge of what's going on in the house. And H-Town is the house. If you ain't heard about that, well, then now you know. Anyway, so they don't know what's happening in the house. You know what I'm saying? This the city. This H-Town. Now, a couple of things that we're going to talk about, like I say, is we're going to look at some national takes, and then we're going to break them down. But let me see. That's why I say this is why South Sports is here, because, like I say, the national media does not give H-Town the love that it deserves. They're more worried about places like L.A. and New York and Boston and stuff like that, where they have these huge fan bases, and so they want to cater to those people and the bandwagoners who like that. So they're not going to talk about the Rockets, you know what I'm saying, that real homegrown shit. They're not going to talk about the Texans. They're not going to talk about the Dynamo, even though Dynamo are balling. I don't even know shit about soccer, but I know the Dynamo be balling. And I know the Astros are looking pretty good, after a few years of futility. And like I said, I'm going to get to know more about that so I can bring that to you guys. But let's get in what we're getting into today. Like I said, it's a 420 friendly issue, and so let me go ahead and flame that up. But with that being said, man, I'm really kind of worried about this series. But like I say, I've called it Rockets in 6. I say whoever wins this series is going to win it in 6 games. San Antonio's a tough sell, but I just got a different feeling this year about what the Rockets have going on. Now, I know that bench is definitely going to have to be real good. The bench is going to have to play exceptionally. Anderson's going to have to be on point. James is going to have to play much more efficiently. And he's going to have to make shots. Hopefully he's feeling better, with the ankle and everything. But like I say, take the time if you can. And if you can, it's free, if you don't mind. You guys just kind of take a second before I get in this and hit that live subscribe button down there. You know what I mean? You got to hit that subscribe button and show your boy some love. I really appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of love from you guys, and I appreciate every single comment, every message, every like, every dislike, every thumbs up, everything. And like I said, I really appreciate it because time is super valuable, and I know that wasting people's time, or you taking your time out of your day, out of your life to spend it the few minutes check me out. I mean, I really appreciate that, and I'm wasting your time right now talking about how I appreciate your time. So let's get right back and let's get right into it, okay? So today, I want to take let's take a look at what the guys on First Take were saying today, and kind of get an idea of, I guess, the national consensus or how they feel, or what people are thinking about this series here. Okay, so like I say, we're gonna look at that, and I'm gonna take and give my input into it after letting these guys speak. First Take, aka worst take. But anyway, let's see what they have to say.
The Spurs won 3 of 4 games against the Rockets this year, but all 4 games were decided by 6 points or less. The last matchup between these two teams was a thriller won by the Spurs on March 6th, where both James Harden and Kawhi Leonard scored 39 points. Max
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like this is a close game, and this ain't the same team.
6 or 7 games.
Fuck you.
Look, they have such a
fuck Max Kelly. You go back to boxing.
They always have a puncher's chance. And they're going to win some games because
he's talking about boxing right now, puncher's chance. Business basketball.
But I don't see, and if they do that, if they shoot 50% or better from 3 for 4 games out of 7, they're going to win. I just don't see that happening, particularly, Stephen A., against the Spurs team that defends the 3 ball so well.
You ain't got to worry, man. Where did you see what happened last?
D'Antoni revolutionized everything with Phoenix. And guess who basically imitated him and then did an even better job in terms of also playing defense and doing it even better than D'Antoni? Popovich. He immediately integrated a lot of what D'Antoni was doing into the Spurs offense and did it better than D'Antoni. So I expect him with time to prepare for a game one to be very, very ready for what the Rockets are going to do. And,
you got something in your nose.
Who's going to stop James Harden? Well, no one can stop him except the best bet you have is Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi couldn't stop him last time. James damn dropped 40. So, come on, he's talking crazy.
That Kawhi is, listen, Molly got a little crazy about him being better than LeBron James.
Best all-around player this regular season.
You said that. But if you take LeBron James out of the equation,
talking crazy. People talking crazy. Kawhi balls, but y'all talking crazy.
Other team every night does the best possible job.
Kawhi is a baller, get me wrong, but
I like the Spurs.
LeBron's in a decline. Kawhi's in a, he's rising.
I don't blame you for that, but I'm going with my instincts here, and I've got Houston.
What?
Houston winning this series.
What?
And here's why.
I didn't watch this beforehand. Didn't expect Stephen A to say that.
15 to 16 more threes per game.
Did not expect Stephen A to say. I was ready to get on here and get in Stephen A ass.
Point range, but doesn't shoot the three as prolifically as the Houston Rockets. Number one. Number two, they have a bevy of shooters. Whether it's Harden, whether it's Anderson, whether it's Gordon.
I wanted to get in Stephen A ass. That's the whole reason I wanted to do First Take.
Can't ignore Trevor Ariza from the quarters.
I really wanted to get in Stephen A. Smith's ass. That's why I wanted to choose First Take, but I'm surprised.
Aldridge. He should have a better series this time than he did with the rough and rugged Memphis Grizzlies in the first round, but I'm still flowing with the Houston Rockets in terms of a Clint Capella and others and to see what they're going to bring to the table as well. But here's the thing that we always want to monitor as well. Kawhi Leonard has established himself as a star. You know what's going to be very, very interesting in this series, Max?
What's that?
The officials. Because unlike Billy Donovan in the first round, Popovich has far more cachet. So if San Antonio is going to win this series, I think a very huge component in all of this, Max, is Popovich's ability to work the officials to make sure that James Harden doesn't get away with so much in terms of drawing fouls.
You're right. But that's playoff basketball.
Popovich, here's what's interesting. If you're Popovich,
that's politics, not basketball.
You take the chance and put Kawhi on James Harden, knowing how skilled James Harden is in drawing fouls. Because on one hand, I think Kawhi Leonard could defend Harden just as well as anybody. On the other hand, he could find himself in foul trouble because of it, and that will neutralize everything San Antonio wants to do offensively, even though Houston's defense is not that great. So it's really a chess match in that regard. Who can work the officials, whether or not you're going to have the two best players.
You got some good points there.
One another, particularly
you got some good points.
Defending Harden more so than anything else. It'll be real interesting, but I'm going to go with the perimeter shooters in this series because of the way the game is played. 3 outnumbers 2. That's why I'm picking Houston.
You know what's interesting about that is if the series starts in
look at that boy. Look at that boy.
Houston, then maybe to your point, Stephen A., Popovich is more likely to see what happens with Kawhi on Harden, right? Because if you lose one on the road, big deal. You're supposed to anyway. You make adjustments. Starting at home, you have to be much more careful in terms of what you do with your star player. You certainly don't want to drop.
Yeah, but you're gonna get that home court advantage. You're gonna get love in San Antonio. You're gonna get love.
James Harden for taking advantage of the rules and the way the games are called. But the rules are ridiculous the way, and it leads to Harden, who's a very effective but just oftentimes a boring player to watch because he so slows the pace of the game when he draws those fouls. If you touch him and he then pretends that he was in the process of shooting a three, he's on the line.
Bullshit. You saw some of them calls last series. That's how you know these motherfuckers don't watch games. Them motherfuckers were giving away free shit. They don't let them get away with shit. They're not going to let them get away with shit. They don't let the Rockets get away with nothing.
You're right. That affects the strategy. Nevertheless,
they don't love for the Rockets. Then after they didn't bounce the MVP, they don't want to show them love. That
Houston is the puncher. They have the proverbial puncher's chance. If they get three, there's really nothing you can do. But the odds that they will do that against a team that is designed to defend the three as well as the San Antonio Spurs are. Spurs don't defend in the paint, so but more without Duncan. But they run your 3-point.
But you saw what happened in the paint last series,
if
right?
That's the case, and they can do that in spite of that Spurs defense. They're going to win. I just think it's an unlikely thing to happen. So I like the Spurs in 7 or maybe 6.
We'll see. It's a pick-em. I'll tell you that much.
Stephen A.
Right there. So he said, we'll see. I'm actually super surprised that Stephen A. rolled with the Rockets on this one. Kellerman with the goddamn boxing analogies and shit. That shit, that motherfucker. Anyway, I actually, like I said, I hadn't seen the take. I didn't see this take. Like I say, first take is usually worst take. Um, so I'm super surprised that fucking Stephen A. actually wanted to say or was going with the Rockets. What I think is you got to take into account last series the Rockets did not shoot the three ball very well at all. Did not shoot well at all, and still was able to pull out some tough wins, some not playing their game. So they were able to do that. So I'm not worried about if San Antonio takes away the three. Nene, if he can get down there and play some ball, which if he plays anything half as well as he did last series, then that's a plus. Uh, about the comment, the Rockets don't get love from the referees. As you see, like the owner last series had to get up and go say something, which was some gangster shit. I don't recall ever seeing too much of that. Owners usually just be sitting by letting go. So he had to pay that little pocket change, that little 100,000. So unless he ain't tripping on that. But next time, hey, holler at me. I'll go holler at the ref. You pay me half of that, and I'll take it. Just say don't even worry about it. I got you. But 100K because he had to speak his mind. But that's like I said, that's pocket change for him. Man, here's the deal. Here's the thing. I'm super surprised that Stephen A. chose the Rockets. Kellerman, he just sounds like a Kawhi fan. And don't get me wrong, I hate the fucking Spurs. I hate the fucking when it comes to basketball. I fucking hate the fucking Spurs. Like I will not root for the Spurs. I don't care if they beat us. I don't care if it's the fucking finals and they're going against the East. Fuck the Spurs. Last few years ago, and there was a bunch of fucking Rockets fans. Well, we just want to keep it in Texas, so we're gonna fuck the Spurs, man. Fuck them. Oh my God, I can't stand the Spurs. Fuck the Spurs. Fuck the Spurs fans. I got a bunch of friends that are Spurs fans. Every time we fucking play, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like I said, Kawhi's a beast. Kawhi's a baller. I think that if the Rockets, all the pieces come to play as they should, they can take it. But everybody's gonna have to play well. They're going to have to play their A game, and I mean it's going to have to set the stage for going up against Golden State because that's eventually whoever wins this is going against Golden State. And I just see the Rockets having a better chance. Like I said, we're going to rely heavy off that bench. That bench is going to have to come off, and they're going to have to play very well. Very well. Like I said, we don't have time for Gordon to kind of find himself this series. We don't have time for Anderson to find himself this series. They got to play. Like now, this is Western Conference basketball. Right now we're playing Western Conference basketball. So, like I said, I'm excited about the series, though. Early, I was just kind of, but the more I start thinking about it, the better I'm feeling about it. And I'm like I said, I call Rockets in 6, but the more I'm listening, the more I'm checking, I'm really feeling more confident about that pick. Like I say, because it could go either way. Either team in 6 is what I call it. It's going to be a 6-game series. But I think the Rockets take it. So I'm gonna run with tonight. I didn't pick a winner tonight. I think the Rockets take this first game. They just come out a little bit more prepared. San Antonio got a little bit of extra wear and tear on them. They had a tougher series. I'm gonna say the Rockets take it tonight. Well, like I said, I wanted to really get on that. Like I said, my intention was to get in Stephen A's ass, but as I was hoping, but that actually didn't sound too cool. But get on, well, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But, really, debate whatever take he had. But like I say, he actually sided with the Rockets. And he brought up some good points. Pop has a way of finessing the referees out of shit. And, that's part of James' game. Last series, it was a couple of times, there should have been some calls. And like I said, I expect to see it again, My biggest deal with the officiating is that how do you call 2 different games? You call it one game for this team and another game for another team over here, because some of this shit is so ticky tack. I remember a couple of plays in that last game 5, where motherfuckers didn't even touch Russell, like literally didn't olayed him, and he just failed or he did whatever, he flopped, and they were just giving away fucking fouls. Anyway, so I'm gonna agree with Stephen A. Of course, Kellerman, like I say, he did more talking about Kawhi than he actually talked about how when and where the Spurs really are just that much better than the Rockets. Like I say, if you're talking about star pieces, you got LA and you got Kawhi. Parker's still around. You got some star pieces. It's going to take that center committee. It's going to take some of the big men. It's going to take a lot of that to neutralize that post game. But I still think we can bang with them. Like I say, LA didn't have a great. He didn't really show up last series. So, man, Rockets in 6. Rockets take the game tonight. This is South Sports. I'm the real Ed Honcho. This is what I think. These are my opinions. If you disagree, feel free to drop it in the comments. If you agree, feel free to drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to take the series? Do you think the Rockets really have a chance? Am I just being too much of a homer? Am I overlooking some key things? Like I say, I think there's a few other things, underlying stories that are being overlooked. We'll talk more about them as the series goes on. But like I say, I'm Ed Honcho. This is South Sports. Give me a like, give me a follow, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe. Show me love. I appreciate, like I say, the time that you take to watch these videos. Subscribe, please. Follow, share, all those good things. And if you really like what's going on, man, like I say, just stay tuned. I'm gonna keep improving. I'm gonna make it better every time. So with that being said, deuce up. I'm Ed Honcho, and I'm out. Let's go Rockets. Red Nation, run as one.